Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. We're gonna get started here with a nitrous cell that you guys can do for free kills on lair. This is gonna be for when the enemy team is gonna be pushing mez. We're gonna be basically like alerting ourselves to them, and then what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be walking downstairs now while they're like alerted to us, and then we toss the nitrous cell out towards the double door to get ourselves easy kills. The reason why we do double door instead of like directly where we saw them is because it basically, when they hear the nitro rip, they're gonna run towards the double door because they're only escape. Now, in this specific round, I want to show you guys this cheeky angle for Clubhouse. Now, this is a little off angle that you guys can use if the enemy player likes to go onto the kitchen hatch and play the prone angle, and you don't know how to get back into the angle. You can go into this prone angle right here to get yourself some easy kills. This one I feel like I never see people use anymore, so I wanted to show you guys that one in particular because it's one of those ones that I feel like not that many people know about. Now, the one thing that I do want to mention though is that with that specific angle, I believe the hatch guy can potentially see your feet when you're in the angle if he's like peeking over the top of the right side of the box. But a lot of times when they peek over the top of the box, they're looking more towards like the left side of the top of the box. So you might be okay. I'm not really sure. You might have to practice it a little bit in game. Now, this next one's going to be over on Villa. We're going to be over doing a nitrous cell for Aviator here. We barricaded the Aviator door, prep the nitro below it. All we're doing is waiting for someone to punch the barricade, and then we pop our nitrous cell for a free kill. We just hang around on top red basically until they start popping it. And then once they start punching that barricade, we're going to go ahead and detonate that nitrous cell to get ourselves an easy kill. By the way, one of the things I want to quickly mention, the reason why I do like these free kills segments at the beginning of all my videos is because I feel like game sense is just a accumulation, I don't know how to say it properly, but it's basically like the combination of all of your game knowledge, so that's why I like putting in little niche stuff like this. This next one's going to be over on Skyscraper for the bathroom hop in. You play inside a karaoke, you shotgun open the floor where I'm aiming over the top of the couch, and then you go ahead and shoot people once they hop in the bathroom for a freebie kill. Now, but yeah, like basically, your game knowledge in this game, I think, is what keeps you inside a champ. You know what I mean? And like, it's like what gets you to champ. It's what gets you to stay in champ. It's like basically like it defines your playstyle in this game. You know what I mean? So that's why I show so many like free angle possibility, like nitro cells, shotgun angles, stuff like that, because you know what I mean. It could help you learn how to get kills, and when people learn how to get kills, it like makes them play better, and you know what I mean, that type of thing. So that's why I always start the videos out with segments like that. But anyway, next up we're going to be over on Consulate here. This is going to be our actual gameplay clips now. We're playing mute for the top floor here. Now, the bomb site in this position is actually piano, and the enemy team is pushing through Visa. So we're going to go ahead and rotate on our room here to admin here. We're going to pop the admin hatch. We're going to peek into Visa, get ourselves one free kill on one guy, and Visa out my teammate was calling out. It's just like one of those things. When you pop the hatch, you get like slight advantage on anybody in Visa. Now right here, one of my teammates is going to die over by Visa here, so logically he's going to look for me, who killed his other teammate on the Visa staircase here. So he's going to go ahead and take a gunfight with me, but I'm going to expect that, go ahead and get myself a nice little headshot on him. And then right here, we're going to use one of our nitro cells to make vertical for lobby. Unfortunately, I'm not able to catch anybody with that nitro cell or get any like intel off of it to basically shoot them through the floor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rotate towards console connector. We're going to go ahead and pop the hatch and just rotate back into sight. Once we rotate back into sight, it's actually extremely hard for an enemy team to play in this position, because all we have to do is basically have one guy watching one doorway, have the other guy watching the other doorway, and then be ready for cross angle position. Now my warden is kind of just like ego challenging the hallways, so that's going to actually signify to me that I should probably just go ahead and just hold an angle on this Flores on my spiral here, because I'm not really going to get like a necessarily help on a cross angle position because my warden keeps going back and forth. So right here we're going to swing out aggressively here. We're going to end up catching this Flores here to get ourselves a free kill. Last guy in this position is bottom spiral. We're going to try to swing aggressively here because I know my warden's trying to push up onto him. So I'm going to try to swing aggressively for our pincer here. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, my warden's going to just back up here in a second. I'm going to swing aggressively. I'm going to let this buck to 1 HP, and then my warden is just going to basically walk away. I don't really know what was up with that, but luckily he is going to come back towards me, and the buck doesn't push up, so he's going to go ahead and get that kill and secure the round, which is great. Bro, one thing I've been really noticing recently, I've been doing a lot of like console to PC crossplay basically. So I've been playing on console, but then I'll go to PC lobbies and then I'll play in PC lobbies with the crossplay on for console while I'm on controller. And something I've been noticing is like sometimes on console especially, people just like do things that just don't make sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know how to explain it, but like people just kind of, I don't even know honestly. They just like play in like such a odd way, if that makes sense. Like nothing they do makes sense. Which is something that I've been noticing a lot recently. Whenever I play on console, when I play PC, it's a lot more like feasible to like understand what people are trying to do. But like on console, bro, I don't know, man. You got your awarded mains just like walking away from obvious pincer positions, and then you have your vigil players like going over to spawn peak and dying in the first 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's strange. But anyway, guys, that's enough yapping from me. Let's go ahead and move on to our next clip here. We're going to be playing Sentry. We are playing a strat here that I basically like have been doing recently on Chalet, and this is kind of like it's like an anchor roam basically, where we're playing downstairs for dining kitchen. We have barbed wire, 45, and west main, and then we basically make a hole for trophy window here. Now the idea with this push is that we're trying to shut down the west main walk up in particular, so there's no solar push. We're trying to shut down trophy window hop in, we're trying to shut down the solar push, and basically like what is going to happen is if the enemy team doesn't push us down here, then essentially what we'll do is we'll nitrous out below for a default plant, basically, if the enemy team decides to do like a main over type of thing. Now, for this specific round, the enemy is actually going to kill my teammate that's on west main here, and then basically that signifies to Ash for whatever reason that he can just jump into the window, so I get a free kill onto him. There is still one guy that's going to be over by west main in this position, so we're going to go and take one little shotgun shot through the soft wall, try to see if I can pick him off here, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to see him. And then he's actually going to push me aggressively here through dining from west main, so we're going to get a free kill right there. And we ended up getting audio of him, so that's why we're able to get that kill onto him. He did try to do like a couple jiggle picking, but like I said, guys, when people are jiggle picking you, just ego challenge into them, and they're basically gonna expose themselves to your bullets, so you're gonna get yourself an easy kill. Right here, the last guy's on solar window. We're gonna go ahead and pre-rip our nitro cell, toss it out towards solar window to get ourselves a free kill and secure the round. Basically, whenever players are doing that, where they're like jiggle peeking, like the easiest play is to just wide swing into them, and then they're gonna wide swing, or like not wide swing, but they're gonna jiggle peek basically into your bullets basically while you're wide swinging, and they're just gonna expose more and more of their body. Now, typically people are a little bit better than that at a higher rank, so they might like cover more of their body as you walk forward or wide swing. So in those type of rounds, then I'm not really sure what the best way is to go about it, but from my experiences, the more you shoot, the less they like, the more they stay in cover, and then the less you shoot, the more they like jiggle peek and try to kill you. You know what I mean? So I think obviously you're gonna have to like bait them out by like shooting a little bit and then like stopping and then shooting again, and then you're gonna be able to get that kill. It's kind of a weird situation, honestly. You don't want to really be in positions where somebody's able to jiggle peek you to get a freebie on you. You know what I mean? You never want to be like standing still, because a lot of players in this game are really good at like taking care of somebody who's just standing still. You know what I mean? So you always want to be like trying to move at least. You know what I mean? Either you're walking backward or you're wide swinging into them. You never want to like stay still, because if you stay still, you're just gonna get dumpstered, and you know it is what it is. Now on this specific round, this is the round with the nitro cell that we did earlier in the round. I accidentally left this clip in, but basically we're gonna go ahead and after getting that nitro cell, we're gonna rotate into master here. We're gonna go ahead and kill one ace that's outside on the master balcony. He's not able to basically pick me off, so now I'm able to basically play inside of master here because I got that kill on ace. So now I have a cross angle position through master. So I'm able to shut down statue in this position, as well as I'm potentially able to shut down trophy here, because when you have master control, it basically is like auto like punishing for the enemy team. So we're basically going to be using this as like a cutoff for the entire bomb site. So once the ace died, it was pretty much GG's on the spot for them. This next round is going to be over on Skyscraper. We're going to be defending the office exhibition bomb site. Now with this bomb site, the idea that we're going to be going for is that we're going to be playing for minibar. Now in this specific round, we're going to run out of reinforcements, so I'm not going to be able to reinforce off minibar if the enemy team opens the main wall here. So that means my team used a little bit too many reinforcements, which is unfortunate. Basically, the idea is that if the enemy team opens up the main wall, we would reinforce off this rotate hole that we have next to the minibar into office, and we would basically shut down this side of the map, basically. Because when you have this rotate hole here, and then they open up the main wall, how they're doing here with the Habana pellets, it basically makes minibar like an unplayable position. I guess you could force it, but it's like it's probably going to get you killed most of the time, because people like to sit outside the main wall and repel. They like to bait, they like to just sit there and watch minibar. Now, on this specific round, I was trying to get my Clash to watch the main wall, but for whatever reason, he decides to run over to Terrace doorway. He gets shot through the rotate hole that I was just talking about, and he ends up selling his body off rip, which is pretty unfortunate. But basically what we're going to do in this position is we're going to go ahead and rotate over here towards Samurai. We're going to basically play on this side of the map. Now, the other unfortunate thing in this position here is that since the main wall is now open, the enemy team can actually just sit on the main wall and just start wall banging like crazy for the bomb site for Samurai here, or Exhibition, I guess, if you want to call it that. And the problem here is that we basically have to stop the enemy team from like running in basically from the main wall. Now, luckily on this specific round, they jump into my Samurai window and they give me a free kill. This Habana, and this is also going to be diffuser down. I'm going to go ahead and re-barricade this window, because now at least this gives me another like place to play basically if the window stays closed. The last two guys in this position are actually going to be Terrace side. We're going to actually play a long angle here. There's going to be one guy that's going to slow peek into this angle right here, so we're going to go ahead and injure him on a 2-tap. And then the last guy in this position is going to actually be behind him. We're going to swing aggressively, get ourselves a free kill, and secure the round. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's step-by-step video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!